Our program takes place in 4 steps, and we call these the 4 R's. Rescue is the first one, rehabilitation is the second one, reconciliation is the third one, and resettlement is the 4th one. In the mission of rescuing children, we go to the streets through health, and we meet the children, we go with social workers, and we find children basically who are ill, but looking out for any child who might just need to talk to someone. And we make friends with them, we find out where they're coming from, and in that way we try to find out why they are on the streets, if we can help them to come off the streets. And that is a program that we call Street Outreach.
I pray to God, and God listened to my prayer. And Mom Rita came on the street, and I asked him for 100 to get something to eat. But he said, "Do you want to study?" I said, "Yes." "Are you alone?" I said, "No. I have my sisters and brothers and my mother." He asked me, "Where is your mother?" And I told him, "She is there sitting under the tree." She went there and talked with my mother. My mother was so hungry because we could not study, even a place to sleep. I asked my mother, "Do you want your children to go and study?" And my mother answered, "Yes, it is good for the children to study because it is their futures."
So we run a transitional rehabilitation home that takes in children who are on their own on the streets without an adult, or they have an existing relative, but they need to be away from their parents for a period of time. So our rehabilitation program is what we call a transitional rehabilitation home.
I'm the girl's mother. I have been busy washing my own clothes. Even children are busy doing their housework. Housework helps them to learn how to work, to become good citizens in future.
In the home as well, we have an education program which is quite unique, a very unique program for us as dwelling places. It's an education program that helps children to catch up. In our education program, our motto is a chance for all, because I found that the first days that I met children on the streets, the majority of them were telling me how they really yearned to be able to go to school.
I love school very much because it was one of my reasons why I collected some money on the street and pay for my school fees, because I wanted to go to school like other children who have their parents.
Before I joined Dwelling Places, there are certain schools that I was going to, but after my parents died, I had no one else to pay for my school fees, and then dwelling places started from there.
Our vision is basically to make sure that each and every child is resettled into a mainstream community setting, because we don't believe in long-term institutionalization. For many, actually, the causes of them going to the streets to beg are very genuine. Extreme poverty. So we come in and support some of these families. There's a way that each one of us can get involved. Some of us have been called to be doers, but others have been called to be supporters. But each one of us has got a responsibility to be able to get involved. In dwelling places, we have opportunities for getting involved. People can get involved by sponsoring child, or they can get involved by actually coming out and spending time with the children. They can get involved in a distance, no matter where you are, through prayer. You can get involved and you can ask us if you want to receive a newsletter, a prayer letter, so that you can get involved on a daily basis to pray. If we can pray, prayer reaches the places where no man can reach. So we are calling upon anyone to pray for the children of Uganda, to pray for the children that live on the streets, to raise up your hands, to arise and cry for the children who hunger at the corner of every street. My appeal and my encouragement to all of you is that we can all get involved. We can all make a difference until every child has a chest to rest his head on and a place to call home.